By the end of this video, I will lose subscribers and I will lose paying customers. And that is the point of this video. Why would I be so stupid? I will explain. I am Caleb Jones. This is Alpha Male 2.0. I make a high location-dependent international income while dating multiple attractive women, and I teach men like you how to do the same thing. So why on earth would I possibly do something like purposely lose subscribers and or customers in this business? Because this YouTube video is a subset of a business that I run on the internet. I have several companies, and this is one of them. Well, two reasons. One is there's a technique that I've used for many years in my consulting practice where you jettison the bottom 15% of your customers. And literally, this is the technique. Once every 1 to 2 years, you look at all your clients and all your customers, you take the bottom 15% and you fire them. Now, you fire them nicely, but you fire them. You say, I'm sorry, I can't help you anymore. I'd be happy to help you find a new consultant or help you find X, Y, and Z, but we need to end the relationship. And the reason this is good is because it frees up your business for the better customers, the higher quality customers that take less time, that are more fun to work with, and that are more profitable. Now, that's the first reason. The second reason is, and this is going to sound like bragging, but I'm just giving you the objective reality here, is that I'm in a position right now financially with my businesses, my income streams, my investments, my net worth, and blah, 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 that I don't need to do this. I've mentioned this before. I could literally stop doing YouTube videos, shut down all my YouTube channels, never do another YouTube video ever again, and I would be perfectly fine financially. I'd be okay. Maybe it would hinder my income growth, but in terms of the income I have now, I'd be fine. So I don't need to do this. This is not my only source of income. I have 16, 17 other sources of income, literally. So I can be very choosy about the customers and or the audience that I choose to have in my business. It's kind of nice. It kind of helps my outcome independence quite a bit. And by the way, being financially successful like this in a business is a nice place to be for that reason. You can be completely outcome independent regarding whether or not you lose customers or people don't like you or any of those things because you don't care. And that's one of the reasons I don't care. So that all being said, here we go. I'm going to take you through this step by step. When you trust someone, and when I say the word trust, I have a very specific meaning for the word trust. There are several different meanings for the word trust. Trust in this context, in this video, when I say trust, means that when someone is telling you something, you trust them that they're speaking the truth. You trust that they're not lying or purposely exaggerating. They're being honest and they're giving you the objective truth. That's what trust means in terms of this video when I say the word trust for the rest of this video. When you trust someone to be truthful with you, it is binary. You cannot kind of trust someone. You cannot say, well, I kind of think he's honest. No, if you say that, that means you think that person is dishonest. That means you think that person is a liar. Literally. Now, I know liar is a scary, strong word, but it's accurate. If you say, I kind of trust that person, and I kind of don't, that means you think that person is dishonest at certain times. And if a person is dishonest ever, he is a liar. That's how this works. You also can't say, well, I trust this person to be honest when he talks about this and this and this. But when he talks about this or this or this, he's not honest. Again, trust is binary. What you have just said is that person is a liar. And it is actually stupid for you to trust that person on anything he says. I will give you several examples. There are people in my personal life, family, friends, acquaintances, business associates, and things like that, who in the past have lied to me. They said something they knew was untrue to my face. They lied to me. And I found out later that they lied to me. Guess what? From that moment forward, I never trusted them about anything else that ever came out of their mouths ever again. Now, you might think that's harsh, but I'm actually being objective and rational and logical and smart. Why on earth would you trust someone to be honest with you if they have lied to you about something before, especially if it was something relatively significant? Why would you do that? Why would you say, well, yes, he lied about this. When he talks about this, he's completely and 100% honest at all times? That doesn't make any sense. That's literally an insane viewpoint to have. I will be very specific on one example. There is a YouTuber and political pundit named Paul Joseph Watson. Nothing against him personally. I'm sure he's a perfectly fine person. I used to watch his videos, not religiously, but often on a regular basis. I used to watch his videos. He's a big right-wing guy who lives in the UK. And several years ago, he put out a YouTube video saying, "I'm quitting YouTube." And he literally said, he said it in the thumbnail and he said it in the intro of the video. I watched the whole video. He actually said, "That's it. I'm done making YouTube videos because YouTube sucks." And he literally said, "This is not clickbait. I'm serious. I'm done." Within 2 or 3 weeks, he was posting YouTube videos again. This was several years ago, and to my knowledge, he is still posting YouTube videos. In other words, he lied to me. As a member of his audience, he lied to me. He didn't say, "Maybe I'll stop. I'm thinking about stopping. I'm really frustrated about this." That would have been honest. That's not what he said. And I don't know if this video that I'm referring to is even still up on the internet. Maybe he deleted it. Maybe it's still there. I have no idea. But my point is, I stopped watching him. As soon as he did that, as soon as he started posting videos again, I immediately unsubscribed from his channel, turned off his thing from my feed. I have never watched another Paul Joseph Watson video since then, not one time, not once, and this was about 3 or 4 years ago. Because if someone has lied to me, I can't trust them about anything else. I may like the person, and I did like him. I may think his content is good, and I did think his content was good. But I'm not a fucking moron. I'm not going to continue to watch someone if I know they have lied to me about something. I can't do that, and you shouldn't do that either. Continuing to watch the content of someone you think is lying to you is literally stupid. Now that brings us all to me. If you think that I have lied to you, or severely exaggerated things, or bent the truth on anything I have ever said about anything I have ever done, or anything I'm currently experiencing, if you think this and you keep watching my YouTube videos, or you keep reading my content, or you keep buying my stuff, with all due respect, you're stupid. Why would you possibly watch anyone who you think is lying to you? I don't do this. I only consume the content of people who, as far as I know, have never lied to me. Again, trust, meaning when you hear someone speak, you trust they're telling you the truth, is binary. You can't kind of trust someone. You trust them to tell you the truth, or you don't. You think they're a liar. Well, Caleb, I don't think you're a liar. I already covered that. If you think I'm being dishonest about any topic, even if you think I'm 95% honest, but I'm 5% dishonest, that means you think I'm lying to you. And you shouldn't watch my videos ever again. You should unsubscribe from my channel right now. You should unsubscribe from my mailing list. You should never buy another product or service I put out because you think I'm dishonest. You think I'm a liar. I wouldn't buy me. I wouldn't buy products from me if I thought I was lying. I wouldn't watch my videos if I thought I was lying, as I demonstrated very clearly a few minutes ago. The reason I'm bringing this up is over the past several years, I have seen people in my audience, not very many, it's not a majority, it's a small percentage of guys, but I've seen it said, and if I see a small percentage of guys say it, I know there's a larger percentage of guys in the audience who never actually make comments or comment on things. And the gist of the statement is, well, yes, I believe Caleb is successful with women, but in terms of him having sex with hot girls without paying them, I think he's lying. I don't think he's telling the truth. I think he's hooking up with women who are like 5s or 6s. He says they're 8s or 9s. They're probably not 8s or 9s. They're probably ugly. Or Caleb says that before he started doing sugar daddy game, he was hooking up with 18 and 19, 20-year-olds. I don't believe him. I think he was hooking up with women who were 35, 40, 45, old chicks, fat chicks, ugly chicks, or some variation of this. And it usually circles back to, I've never seen Caleb post physical evidence of this. So if he says he hooks up with hot chicks, he's not telling the truth. He's exaggerating or he's being dishonest. As I said, if you think I have been lying or exaggerating or whatever word you want to use or being dishonest or not being 100% truthful or bending the truth, because these guys will say, well, Caleb, I don't think you're a liar. I just think when you say this, it's not truthful. That means you think I'm a liar. If you really think I'm lying about this, you should do what I said. You should leave right now, unsubscribe. You should never watch any of my content ever again because I wouldn't do that if I were you. Now, let's discuss the issue of evidence. Caleb, I've never seen you post evidence of photographic evidence of women you've had sex with, video evidence of women you've had sex with, on and on and on and so forth. First of all, that is not accurate. There is video evidence of me dating other women on the internet right now. I'm not gonna tell you where it is, but it's there. There is photographic evidence. It's on the internet. I'm not gonna tell you where it is, but it is. There's stuff on the internet. There's stuff around there. I've been around for a long time, since 2009. Some stuff has crept out. But I wrote an article several years ago called "If You Think I'm a Liar." I will post a link to it in this video. And whenever a guy says, "I don't trust you, I think you're lying because I've never seen evidence," I post a link to that article. And the first thing guys say is, "Oh, I don't think you're a liar." We just went through that. If you think I'm telling you something that isn't honest, if I say I hook up with hot 19-year-old girls without paying them, and I've done it many times before, which is a fact, and you think, I don't believe it, then you think I'm lying, and you should probably read that article. Now, before I get to the specifics of that article, let me talk about something else. If you've been watching this YouTube video or my Sovereign CEO channel for a few months, you know what happened to Tom Torero several months ago. If you have no idea what happened, I suggest you watch that video right there, right now. Tom Torero provided lots of evidence of the things that he was doing, and guess what happened to him? He is no longer with us because he took his own life. Before he took his own life, I know for a fact because he was a friend of mine, we spoke about this a lot, he was having all kinds of legal problems, tens and tens of thousands of dollars of legal fees, stress. He was stressed out of his mind, and it eventually caused him to die. And that's what happens in a left-wing litigious world when you show evidence. And I said in that video that the next time someone says, "Well, I haven't seen evidence, Caleb, how come you don't provide evidence?" All I have to say is, Tom Torero, look what happened to him. There you go. That's why I haven't done it, and that's why I still won't do it. To the point of the article that I wrote many years before this happened to Tom Torero, I wrote an article specifically directed at guys who say, "I think you're lying or being dishonest or bending the truth or exaggerating," or whatever spin you want to put on the word liar. I think this because I've never seen evidence. You should read that article. It is linked below. I will summarize very quickly the gist of that article. And again, all I have to say now, I don't even need that article. I can just say, Tom Torero, look what happened to him. And there are many other guys who have gotten into very, very, very big trouble by showing the photographic and or video evidence that you guys asked for in terms of their dating lives. If this was the 80s, you could do it. You'd be fine. This isn't the 80s. This is the collapsing left-wing Western world where men get in very big trouble when they show evidence like this. To be specific in terms of what I said in that article, a few points I make in that article. Number one, I have been posting content about my dating life and my sex life consistently, weekly, without fail since 2009. That is about 13 years straight. If I was some guy that just came out of the blue in the last 3 or 4 months and said, "Hey, everybody, listen to my stuff. I fuck a lot of hot girls," then it would make perfect sense to doubt that because I had no track record. I have been talking about this in great and specific detail of my dating life, in great detail, minute detail, for 13 years straight. If I was lying about even 10 to 20% of that, not all of it, not 50%, 10%. Let's say I was lying about 10%. I was 100% honest about 90%, and 10% I was bending the truth, or whatever spin you want to throw on it. For me to remember the amount of lies that I would have to tell in 10% out of tens of thousands of comments, posts, articles, videos, and podcasts, and that's a literal number, tens of thousands over the past 13 years, for me to lie, at 10% of that and be consistent with all the lies, you are accusing me of having Lex Luthor-like intelligence. Imagine the spreadsheet I'd have to keep track of all the lies that I've told over the past 13 years if I was only lying about 10% of it, and there are some of you who think I'm lying about a lot more than 10%. There you go. How do you explain this? This is why I tend to believe guys who, even if I don't like them personally, guys in the pickup artist world or red pill world or dating world, who have been around a long time and provided a lot of data for their dating life over the past 10, 15, 20 plus years, the odds of them lying about all that or even a percentage of that and not getting caught are pretty low. There's not like a guy who just came on the scene a few months ago. Number two, and this is the bigger point, I am a high-income American public figure. The odds of me getting sued or having some sort of legal trouble like Tom Torero, if I start posting photographs or video of women that I've had sex with, are not only high, they are sky high. And I have been informed by multiple attorneys that this is accurate. They said, Caleb, in your position in the business world with your income and blah, 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 if you actually start posting video and photographs, even if you with your hand around girls saying I hooked up with this chick, the odds of you getting sued in the United States as an American, unfortunately I'm still an American, are sky high. I do not want to take that legal risk. And you would not take that legal risk if you were me. And again, Tom Torero, he was spending tens of thousands of dollars on legal fees the year before he killed himself. And that was not the first time that had occurred. Now, one quick thing about that. Some non-Americans don't seem to understand what getting sued means. People outside of America will say, Caleb, that is a bullshit excuse. All you have to do is show pictures and put a black bar over her eyes, and then it's okay, it's legal. I'm not talking here about what is legal. I'm talking about what can get me sued. For those of you who do not live in the United States, let me explain how the United States legal system works. The United States is one of the few countries in the world where you can make something up, sue someone for $1 million, destroy their life, be wrong, and walk away scot-free. That's what happens. It is a litigious society. Something like 98% of all lawyers in the world live in the United States because everybody sues everybody else. It has nothing to do with what's illegal. It has to do with what is most likely to get me sued. And even if I was right, I would still have to spend tens of thousands of dollars on attorney fees and court fees proving that I was right. I don't know about you, but I don't want to waste that kind of money. And I don't want to waste that kind of time. But I will make you this deal, and I said this in this article many years ago, and not one person has taken me up on this offer. If you want me to show video and or photographic evidence, and by the way, I have a lot of it on my encrypted hard drives that are offline. I have lots of photographic and video evidence of me dating really hot girls who are young without giving them any money. I have a lot. You have no idea what I've got. You will never see it. But if you want to see it, I will make you this deal. You need to email me at theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com and let them know you want to do this. They will put you in touch with one of my attorneys, not me, one of my attorneys, and you can pay a 5-figure amount in US dollars into an escrow account that will stay there. I will not spend it. And then I will, once you do this, once I know the funds are there, I don't know the exact amount, it's up to my attorneys, $25,000, $35,000, I don't know what that'd be. That would be the amount of money I would have to use to defend myself if I got sued. Once I know that money is there, I saw it in the bank, I will immediately post 20 pictures of me and or me with women, pictures and or videos of some of the hottest women I have been with who I didn't pay, non-sugar daddy game, on my websites, and I will do that immediately as soon as I see the funds are there. And then if I get sued, I can use your money to defend myself. Now, if your answer is, well, I don't want to take that risk, you just proved my point. Why do you want me to take the risk, motherfucker? You want me to take a risk that you would never take. No fucking thank you. You've just proven my point. But again, that offer is still open. If any of you are interested in doing this, let me know. And this is not a joke. I'm 100% serious about this. I will literally do this if I see the funds are in there. Theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com, and we'll put you in touch with my attorneys and we'll get that rolling. No problem at all. I'm happy to do that. I'm not holding my breath because you agree with me. You agree, you guys will say, I can't trust Caleb because he never shows any evidence. You actually agree that if I were to show evidence, I would be very exposed legally in ways that you would never want to be exposed and ways that I don't want to be exposed. Now, the last point on this is some guys bring this up, most guys don't. But that is, well, Caleb, yes, you hook up with hot girls now. You do sugar daddy game, so you pay some of them. Let me explain my history. I have been living the alpha male 2.0 lifestyle for, 15 years now, 2007. So that is 15 years, 2007 to 2022. In that time frame, I've had sex with a lot of women. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing sugar daddy game for the past 4. Okay, past 4. So yes, I do sugar daddy game now. I'm a high income guy. I'm an old man. I travel the world. I'm very busy. I run 3 companies. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me logistically to spend a lot of time in my dating life when I can save a lot of time going directly to sugar daddy game. That's what I've talked about for higher income men who are already sexually experienced. Sugar daddy game does make some sense from a financial standpoint to actually do this because my time is more valuable than money. So yes, in the last few years, I started doing that. But this is just the last 4 years or so. Prior to that, my entire system, the Black Dragon dating system, is getting laid by spending less than $27 over the course of 2 dates. I didn't give 1 penny of money prior to me doing sugar daddy game 4-ish years or so ago, which would represent the first, 12 or 11 years I was doing this. And during that 12 and 11 year period of time, I was hooking up with women who were very attractive, 8s and 9s. There were 1 or 2 10s in there, but not very many. And I've been on the record as saying that. And yes, many of these women, matter of fact, around 50% of these women were between the ages of 18 or 22 or 23. I don't remember. Around 50% with no money spent before I started doing Sugar Daddy game. And these women were attractive. Were they all supermodels? No. I said 8s and 9s. There were a few 7s in there, yes, but they were attractive for the most part. Now, again, if you think I am lying or bending the truth or exaggerating, Caleb, I don't think, or here's another one. If you think I think they're 9s, but they're actually 6s, well, Caleb, they're probably 5s and 6s in real life, but you're stupid or weird or insane, so you think they're 9s. If you think that, if you think I'm insane, or you think I'm bending the truth or being a liar, unsubscribe from my channel. Do not consume any more of my content because I wouldn't consume the content of anyone I thought was lying to me. Make sense? It's very simple. And you can probably tell, I'm not saying this maliciously. I'm not angry about this. I'm giving you advice that I actually feel strongly about. If you think I'm lying about my success with women, or for that matter, my success in my financial life or my business life, although I seem to get less pushback on that, more guys seem to think it's believable that I make a lot of money or have multiple companies or, make a decent income than me hooking up with hot 18-year-olds without paying for them for some reason. But if you think I'm exaggerating that or lying about that, there are reasons I don't talk about, by the way, how many women I've had sex with. There's a reason I don't give out that number publicly. There's a reason I don't talk about how much money I make or what my net worth is. I don't want to have these silly discussions. I don't even talk about this stuff. There's reasons for this. But again, if you think I am bending the truth or not being 100% honest about these things, I am happy to let you go, unsubscribe from all my content, never watch anything from me ever again, never buy anything from me again. No hard feelings. I'll do okay without you. And again, I fully expect by the end of this video, once this video's been up a few days, that a few of you are going to do that, and I commend you. I think you're doing a smart thing. I think the opposite if you keep watching me. If you think I'm not honest or I'm delusional or insane and you keep watching my content, I think you're stupid. I think there's something wrong with you. I don't know what you're doing. Because again, I wouldn't do that. So this means that once all this is done, the guys who are staying here, most guys who are staying here after they watch this video, are guys who do trust me. This is one of those scenarios where you're right. Without this evidence, you're going to have to trust me or not. And I agree it sucks. I wish we didn't live in a world where if you show a picture with a hot younger woman and your arms around her, you get sued for bazillions of dollars and you got to pay an attorney $27,000 to prove that you haven't broken any laws. I think it sucks, but we do. So in that scenario, you're just going to have to take my track record of talking about this since 2009 and trust me or don't. And again, trust is binary. When I mean trust me, that means you believe that what I'm saying is the truth, not some things are truthful and some things aren't. I'm serious about this. This is not reverse psychology. Unsubscribe from this channel if you don't believe me. I think you're doing yourself a favor if you do that. If you do believe me, even if you think some of the things I say are, strange or unusual, of course it's strange and unusual. I'm Alpha Male 2.0. My life is very weird and very unusual and very non-typical. I wear that as a badge of honor. So if you want to stick with me, please do. If you don't, please leave. No big deal. No harm done. And I will see you in the next video. Maybe.